Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it.
Can we turn these stage lights down a little bit? Just kill them. Woo! There we go. That blue was cool.
Yeah!
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, that's right. I think I'm black as shit. It's not my fault. My parents are African.
Talking to the mic, sir.
My parents are African.
I forgot our mics.
That's what she asked me. She was like,
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
forgot.
your own mics. I'm
No,
like, Chad have.
absolutely not. Today was hell, but we here. Welcome to the Realest Podcast ever live. This
Sir,
is
please.
whoever the fuck that is, I'm gonna kick you the fuck out.
I'm gonna go get the
I got an idea who it is too. I'm not gonna say your name yet, but it's coming.
It's right here. Oh, that's okay. Now we do it.
I knew it was him.
Get the lady there.
From last year.
Force everybody in the back. Bring her here. The
sassy black woman.
Yeah.
gotta get the sassy black woman to get these rich niggas control.
I'm glad I know Kev, where Kev is right where he's at. Right.
Gotta watch this nigga.
I've been working for 2 weeks. I've been tearing nigga head off tonight.
You gotta watch this nigga. Welcome to the Realest Podcast ever. This is our 5th year anniversary celebration. A lot of shows, a lot of man hours, a lot of traveling, especially as of late. A lot of interviews. A lot of interviews y'all ain't give a fuck about. We did them anyway. And here we are today, man. And, we toyed with the idea of doing a guest and all that, but we just felt it was better to just the reason why y'all usually show up, listen, pay for Patreon, buy merch, etc. is because of us. So we just gonna get up here, pop our shit, and give y'all us for however long. So they flash the red light and say, get the fuck off stage.
That's real.
So that's pretty much what it is, man. Shout out to our sponsors, Southern Wine and Spirits. Shout out to Lady Boss Affairs for providing the step and repeat and little bubble balloon. I don't even know what to call that shit. Balloon wall. That Joan. That was great. Who else? I think that was it, man. And thank you to Punchline for always being amenable, always willing to host us. And here we are today.
Yeah.
So
I'm tired. There was a lot going on.
This shit is a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I start?
You can start, of course.
I'm probably by myself with this. I'm over Black History Month. No, not this month. I mean,
period.
Period.
Yeah,
I just, to me, it's like American Airlines. Their logo is a kente cloth plane. It's I'm over Black History Month as a thing.
Yeah, all the pandering and
because
all the nonsense.
It hasn't evolved in. Do you think Black History Month now is probably 40 years? No, 50 years, maybe.
Yeah, probably since Civil Rights Act in 1960.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be before Civil Rights. So it's like you figure.
Nigga, please. Prior to the Civil Rights Act in 19, it was nigga, please.
You don't have rights.
Yeah, you're not even a person.
We're gonna teach you history, and you can't get no water.
So we're gonna round it out about 50 years.
Shut up, all the Civil Rights workers. For me, I'm just over the whole everything that goes in and around it and on it, and it's just stupid.
I'm gonna give you one reason, and one reason only, why I look forward to Black History Month every year. There's a video. Move, bitch! Get the fuck out of the way! It's Black History Month! You have to have seen this video before. It's a white lady walking down the street, making a video. Black dude come flying past her. Move, bitch! Get the fuck out of the way! It's Black History Month!
Yeah. That's cool.
That's the one redeeming quality. After that, it's a wrap.
Yeah, but did you see Bed Bath & Beyond put the watermelon candle? Did y'all see that? They put kente cloth over and shit, and then they
we do to get them on our side?
We don't have a chicken and waffle candles.
Watermelon lemonade.
It's like stupid shit like that. Like my thing is, like, I went to school. You know, like you go to school and they give you the textbook at the beginning of the year, and it's like, you know.
Ain't nobody else went to school.
I'm just saying. You put your construction paper on your fucking textbook, and you gotta turn that shit back in, and it's like it's all white history, and it's like Black history come around. It's like, yo, you got this pamphlet, and
Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King.
That's it.
Black people literally invented everything, and this shit get drilled down to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X every February.
And Jay-Z now. Yeah.
And then Jay-Z and his chestnut checkers.
Yeah. It's all bad. It's all bad. But me personally, I just like, why can't Black history just be history? Like, why do it gotta be just this specific month?
That's what T-Pain said. And when T-Pain start making sense, you know you get.
Well, T-Pain's never right. So if he's there, yeah, what did he say?
He basically was like, I'm done with the idea of celebrating Black History Month. It should be Black history all year round. Like, everybody should be educated because Black history is American history.
See what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Black Future.
Excuse me?
Black Future Month.
Future month?
Black Future Month.
What is that? Oh, Kanye has a new album out.
Coming out. Kanye, you know, Kanye speaks in parables. So, like, you gotta decode what you think he really meant, and then he'll come back on the gram the next day and tell you, no, that's not what I meant at all. But he was basically saying, like, it should be like Black Future Month because, like, we're creating history every day. So it was like, yeah, Kanye shit.
That's dumb.
It's Kanye.
It's not as, me personally, I just think Black History Month is kind of redundant. Like, for it to just be like every year, this month, these days, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, I'm just kind of like, all right, at this point, it doesn't need to really be a thing no more. I think it can just be history throughout the year.
I agree.
Speaking of Black history, how do you feel about Joe Rogan?
Speaking of Black history, how do you feel about Joe Rogan?
I mean, it's the only segue that's the only one I had.
Joe Rogan went nigga crazy. Joe Rogan said nigga more times than a white person trying to understand why they can't say nigga.
I didn't see it.
Well, basically what it is it's a...
I made a joke about it.
It's a montage of probably like 14, 15 minutes of Joe Rogan saying nigga out of context. Like basically just like nigga, what nigga? Why I can't say nigga?
Oh, like a chopped up.
Yeah, it's one of them jokes. Yeah, it's a compilation. So essentially, Spotify had to respond by removing 70 episodes of the Joe Rogan podcast, but he was really on his nigga shit. They had to remove 70 episodes and issue a statement which basically said, we took the 70 down, but eat shit, Joe Rogan's our guy. That's basically what they said.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's like, you can't really cancel him.
It's like what Kanye said, when your face is tied to the stock price, it's nothing that they can really do to cancel you for real. Like, when Joe Rogan signed with Spotify, the stock price moved 33%.
Yeah.
Good try. That motherfucker is trained in like 17 different forms of, you think you could whoop Joe Rogan ass.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It sounds cool
Joe Rogan.
until you gotta whoop Joe Rogan ass, and then he throw you in a hammer lock, and then you gotta go back and explain to your family why this white man fucked you around on World Cup.
He does Taekwondo as like a hot yoga or something.
He's a different animal.
Usually they say like fighting somebody on somebody's behalf. Have you ever been in some shit like that?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like if Joe Rogan came in here right now, like, fuck you say I'm a champ.
It's like that young boy from Baltimore was like, yo, fuck all my ops, y'all some bitch ass niggas, and if anybody got a problem with it, come kill my uncle. This uncle was like, what the fuck? What is this?
No, real shit, like I knew when I was young, like for example, somebody rushed the stage right now and hit you. They drone. They drone. You know what I'm saying?
Please don't rush the stage.
No,
Matt does not have my back.
I'm happy that in that situation, I would fuck somebody up on the strength that they came up and attacked you for no reason. But if you hold up and spit in her face and she tased you,
on your own.
You're tripping.
You bought that.
So I had somebody reach out to me recently, and he was like, damn, bro, like I ain't seen you in forever. We haven't seen each other since like high school. And our relationship kind of fell out on some shit like that.
Yeah.
He did some shit and thought I was gonna ride.
But you left your car keys home that day.
So there
was no riding.
When he hit me, it came back. And I'm just like, damn, like, I don't think I was wrong in this situation, but it's like this. Sorry, so Pete, we on the 65, right? Coming from Germantown, we going to 69th Street. We in high school, 11th grade. So 11th grade, what is you, 15?
It's like 16. 15, 16, 17. Like 16, 17. I was a little dumb apparently. I graduated at 18. So.
Yeah, I was a year ahead. So, yeah, 15, 16, whatever. We teenagers. We on the bus. We coming from school. We get on the 65. We ride. We get to like 66 and 99, Lansdowne, right around that and shit. We damn near at the terminal. We like 5 stops. Old head gets on the bus. Man, like a grown man. You can tell he coming from work. You know how them niggas wear like knee pads? Like they working. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He gets on the bus. I guess he decides I'm not sitting down. I'm going to stand up till we get to the terminal. No point in sitting down and getting comfortable. He stood like kind of in between us. So my homie was like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Why don't you have a seat? So I'm like, yo, that's a grown man. Like, have some respect. And he turned to me and was like, it's all right, young brother, you be at ease. And I'm like, damn, what is this?
Man, he disarmed me. I'm riding with old head now.
So my man,
don't talk to old head like that, we'll jump you.
So my man's still kind of going. He like, but old head, like, you on my way? Like, I'm trying to talk to my man. Like, he like, you right about that, young brother, I apologize. I didn't mean to interfere in your personal space. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead over here. And I was like, wow, like that was humble, like some what do you call it? Humility?
Humility.
It was some humility. I was like, damn, old head was nice as shit about it. And he's still going though. Like, old head on some nut shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I'm like, yo, let it go. Like, it's over or whatever. We get to the terminal, both doors open up. I've been down to get my book bag. I'm talking about that fast. Old head had his head pinned up on the plexiglass in the back door. He was choking him so good that his fingers interlock. And he's talking to him. He was like, young boy, don't ever speak to me like that again. Y'all young boys don't know who you talking to. You don't know who you dealing with. You don't know what you running into. Make sure me and you never have an instance ever again in life. Do you hear me? Nod your head. And he was like, nod your, because he couldn't talk. And he was like, nod your head if you understand what I'm saying to you. And he nodded his head, he threw him on the ground. Like he choked the life out of him and threw his lifeless body on the floor. Nobody knew what to, at the bus driver, everybody froze. He turned to me and was like, you have a blessed evening, young brother. I'm like, all right, now take care. Because I'm like, every holiday, brother, you know what I'm saying? It was April. Every holiday, brother. Because I don't know what the fuck to say in this situation. So he gets up on the ground, he's like barely breathing. And he's like, damn, dog, what the fuck? You want to ride? And I'm like, I'm safe.
He let me know I was cool 4 stops ago.
And it's like you were in danger and weren't riding. How the fuck is I'm going to ride and you were the one? That don't make no sense. And our relationship is, you know. Yeah,
I made an executive decision.
I didn't miss him until he hit me. It's good to see you, all right. But yeah, like, you know.
So damn, old head never killed you, huh? You're still out here. That's what's up, man.
Yes, he never ran into
old head again.
But you know, back in the day, you could do shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you would choke kids back in the day. I'm serious. Like, you can't do that shit nowadays. Like, it's just the 90s, you know. It was like what they call it, like no holds barred.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was what it was back in the day. Like there were a lot, and that's what like the Joe Rogan shit like had just happened years ago. It would have been like a trivial thing and like whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like now everybody is like we live in a world where everything is offensive and I'm bothered and this put me in a weird space and.
Well, we talked about it on Patreon recently. Like there's literally groups of people that are waiting for you to say some out of pocket shit, jump bad, do something that's like. Was he trying to offend me? Like, they're waiting on it so that they can fuck your shit up.
I was telling my homie the other day, I'm like, look at 90s shows. Like, remember like talk shows? Like how ridiculous that shit.
Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky
Jerry
Lake.
Springer used to have the Ku Klux Klan on the show.
It's noon.
No, I'm the Ku Klux Klan like that. Hey niggas. On the show, chilling. He be instigating everything. Black people want to punch him in the face. They run down and fight. Like it was just.
Who had some questions for the Grand Wizard?
The other day, we were starting. 100 people. Top 5 answers on the board.
Niggas. Sorry, that was not up there.
We were asking about pizza
We were actually looking for petunias. Petunias was the number one answer.
Dog. You could get away with murder. Remember, Maury used to have fat babies? Listen. I was telling my homie real shit. You know Maury now can only do paternity tests. Everything is offensive. He would have fat babies rolling around the stage because they couldn't fit clothes. They just had papers. And the mom would be like, I don't know why he's so fat, Maury. Let's see what he had for breakfast. They got like 13 pancakes. How the fuck the baby got cartoon pancakes?
Fucking pan of lasagna, a slice of pizza on a donut roll.
My boy was like 10 months old. He was at the restaurant holding the menu. What the fuck is this? No, they would take Maury off the air if he did any of them shows. Remember the transsexuals? You had to guess was it a man or a woman? Oh, these new gays don't have fun like the old days. He used to have straight up gangsters, like she needs advice. No, that's a man on crib, Mark, that's a man.
Come on, King David, that gotta be a woman.
Me and my man was dying the other day. You remember D West? The husky ass black nigga that wore a sweater vest? He only wore, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God. No. Maury used to do shows where the teenage girls was wilding out of control.
Yes.
Again, you can't do this shit no more, not in that manner. But he would bring this husky ass black nigga with a sweater vest.
Oh, I know that.
Dog. I'm telling you. Yeah, was that scared shit? No, listen. Swear to God. Maury, like, this is Janet. Janet has a 13-year-old daughter. Or there's always some hoe shit like Jaleesa or something like that. She like, you know, that's always the name for little girls and shit.
Tiffany.
Right. Natalie. Some ridiculous shit. Yo, but real shit. He like, this is Janet, her 13-year-old daughter is wild out of control. Jaleesa is in the back. Jaleesa made a video so that we can see it. Let's see what Jaleesa is. Like, this bitch in an abandoned warehouse. Like, yeah, I suck dick, Mark. I smoke cigarettes. I steal. I fight. One time I had sex for a hot pocket, Mark. Let's hear from Jaleesa. She come the fuck out. Boo! Fuck out!
They gotta blur out the middle finger.
I swear to God, though, Martin would be like, I got something for Jaleesa and all the rest of the girls. I got D, and that husky ass nigga, you remember people yell at him.
Yeah.
Like, he would be screaming at them, get about your seat, girl. You got your mom over the car. He would be going fucking crazy. And he would insult the little girls, call them all out their name and shit. And all you bitches go get in the van. Let me talk tomorrow. And he would take them on a fifth. He'd get them in the van, and like he said, it was like scare straight. He would take them to first he'd take them to show them he'd take them to the morgue and show them a dead prostitute.
Yeah.
Oh, you gather around this bitch. Look at this.
This is exactly what your ass will
end up right here.
Keep sucking them dick.
You a hooker and she dead. That's the only thing different. You die, where the fuck you gonna be? He'd put them back in the van, take them to jail, and they go female jail, the bitch was all banging on the glass. He's like, you like fighting, right? These dykes like fighting too. Let's see, get the fuck in here. Look at that big ass dyke behind the glass over there. That dyke get out of your ass. And he'd bring them back to Maury. They would be like angels. They wear wedding dresses and shit.
Kids Sierra dresses.
Yeah. And that was the goings-ons of television back in the day. Like, you could just get away with murder. You could do anything. And Maury now, he can only do paternity tests because all of that shit is offensive. Yeah. There's literally nothing you can do anymore that's not going to offend somebody, bother somebody. It's just what it is. We live in a real fucked up time.
And going back to the Joe Rogan shit, they deployed every tactic that they could to try to get him out the paint to where they was just like, fuck it. nigger compilation. Like, that was the last joint that they had. They tried to get him for the ivermectin shit. That didn't work. They tried to get him for challenging all the COVID restrictions. That didn't work. He actually got more popular.
Imagine if Puff did that, making him walk to get the cheesecake shit. Now, and would cancel Puff. You're a monster. What type of shit is this? Somebody the other day was like, they was the original DoorDash. But that's real shit. Like, everything that we love from our childhood, a lot of it just
Can't pull none of that shit off. None of it.
None of it.
And the thing about Puff that made it extra funny, they asked him like, yo man, this don't seem cool, like you doing too much. Hey man, listen, if you don't want to walk, somebody else want to walk, man. I'm saying, I want some cheesecake.
Yeah.
I need to figure this shit out. And then went in his office and cut the AC on.
Have you been to New York?
So,
Do you know how far the Brooklyn Juniors is from downtown Manhattan? That's a far drive.
the fake Brooklyn, where the Brooklyn Chop House is located, is far as shit from Manhattan. Let alone actual Brooklyn.
I don't know if I got it in.
No. Not for that,
I just thought about it.
record.
Tattoo. What's up, baby? You know what I'm talking about. I got a new Spanish for TRPE. Now, Pete, you know, girl at our depot, she just bought a house.
Okay.
So when you buy a house, what do you have? A what?
Mi casa.
Who just said housewarming? Jesus Christ.
Oh, I thought you were getting right to the Spanish.
No, you have a housewarming. So the Spanish girl at our depot, she's real Spanish, like real, just real Spanish. Like,
As opposed to Kensington and Allegheny Spanish.
like her accent is real heavy. She's real, like just got her Spanish. Y'all are ridiculous.
See what I'm saying? You can't say shit.
You can't say shit, exactly. Hey, let me get to the funny part. Because Tab was there when it happened.
Sensitivity claim.
You have a housewarming, and the girl was inviting people to her housewarming. The Spanish girl couldn't hear her. Like, but it sounded like she didn't understand her. But I knew she couldn't hear her because she was like on the other side of the locker room. And she said, she's having a what? And I was like, a casa fuegling. And she was like, a what? And I'm like, a casa fuegling. And she's like, that is not how you say housewarming. And I'm just like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But that was funny because it happened with us and shit. Yeah, I mean, Spanish to me is, you know, the words are like interchangeable and shit. But you know, like microphono.
I'm sure that's not it.
I told you in Spanish before my job, like, how do you say hat in Spanish? I'm like, hat to.
El had to. You forgot to add the L. El had to.
I remember him. He said, how do you say car in Spanish? El car.
I'm 100% sure it's not it.
El car.
So, real quick transitioning. I want to talk about something serious.
This isn't gonna be serious.
Absolutely not. I want to talk about something serious. There's this famous actress. She was in School Days. She was on Martin. She was on My Wife and Kids. And apparently, you know, someone tried to kidnap her down at the Texas-Mexico border. And her name is Tisha Smouye. And she went on social media to report this incident of an alleged human trafficking, because that's where you go instead of to the police. So when the police got wind of this, they actually said there was no history of her being in Texas at all, not being at the hotel. No record of her at a local gas station, because there's only one.
Wait, when did this happen?
This happened like last week.
To Gina?
Yes. Yes, at the ripe old age of 53, allegedly someone tried to
She said she got kidnapped.
She said someone attempted to.
Oh, I thought it happened like years ago.
No, this was like last week. And she has a movie out about human trafficking. And she turned it into her real life. Kind of like Liam Neeson with all these takens.
You know how I feel about bidniss.
Where he thought he really killed a black man. Yeah, that same sort of thing.
Yeah, Gina hasn't really been right since she like shaved her head.
It half her head.
Half her head. You know.
This is the bottom half.
Honestly, I'll be honest, I never really liked Gina.
What do you mean? Clarify.
Like in general.
Like as a human or like attracted to her?
Everything. I never liked her.
I mean, she ruined just for the fact that she ruined season 5 of Martin. But
no, she ruined season 4.
Okay.
Season 4 was the one where her and Martin was like couldn't be in the same place. Season 5 was unwatchable.
Martin, go check.
When they started doing episodes around Shanice, it was down.
Oh, Bozak Records?
All of that shit, yeah. So she said she got kidnapped.
Alright, so this is the story. She's at a gas station, guy pulls up, hey bitch, get in the van. No, I ain't getting in the van. And then they drove off. That was the end of the story.
Okay.
The police in Brownsville, Texas, which I've never heard of before this incident, said, we take instances of human trafficking very seriously, so we decided to investigate this matter, seeing as how Miss Campbell never reported it or approached us about it. We launched our own investigation, and not only was she not in Brownsville, not only did the incident not take place, we can't find any records of the van, the alleged license plate, none of this shit, like, it didn't happen. So instead of her going to the police with the shit, she went to social media, which is, of course, what everybody does now. And it just was a fake incident.
I got y'all weird. I've never done one live. Do you believe that?
Well, I mean, we've only done 3 shows.
All right. Just saying.
So there's that.
But you just made me think about it with social media being weird. So there's a craze sweeping like the nigga net right now, right? Where they're looking at their phone and the screen is changing to show them who they look like.
Yes.
Did you know that it doesn't tell you who you look like?
Yeah, you picked it.
These people are uploading the pictures themselves.
And then acting shots.
Right.
When it gets to the bottom. Yeah.
You have to upload the picture yourself of who you look like. So I don't understand why they're acting shocked when they see the shit. It's insane, dog. But that shit is bizarre.
Yeah, that's strange.
Social media is. So let me ask you this: with Gina, are there any there are no charges or nothing?
No, there's no charges because it's an underfunded little hick town down in the Mexican border. Nobody cares. They just looked into it just to make sure that nobody tried to kidnap this big-headed woman. But no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's you know how they use like the duct tape in the bag.
I mean, a lot of duct tape in the bag.
You could make jokes about shit like that back in the day. Now it's like, you can't really do that no more. How do you feel? Let me ask you that. This is our 5-year. Well, our 5-year anniversary was January 17th.
17th.
Right. How do you feel about the podcast? Like, starting to now, how do you feel about it?
Starting, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing, but we figured it out. Somewhere around like episode 15, we got pretty good. Somewhere around episode 55, 60, we got very good. And then somewhere around 80, we quit.
Right.
And relax. But the last year and a half has been, well, I'll say last 2 years, going back to the first live show. The last 2 years has been very fulfilling. We basically made a conscious decision, and I said this on a bunch of shows recently, just to focus on who's already in front of us. Like, I'm not chasing no fame. I'm not chasing Charlemagne or Sirius or whatever podcast network there may be, because at the end of the day, the best part of what we do is y'all. And we just felt it was more important to focus on who was already here than trying to go and do all the internet, niggernet tricks, trying to get on the shade room and all that fuck shit. And we built an organic following of people that care and that invest in the show, that support us when we do stuff, that are engaged with the content, that share the content, and that's more important than any post on some random blog that's going to be followed by, whatever immediately after they post our shit. So the best part of this has been engaging with the audience, growing with the audience, having better conversations. I think we've raised our vibration in the type of conversations that we have, specifically like through Patreon and some of these credit talks and having crazy ass people like Kev come on the show as a recurring guest.
Chad is pouring his heart out. You niggas shut up over here.
And so I just think that's the best part. It's just been like the growth of the audience and the interactiveness and the fact that like I pretty much know everybody in this room. And for us to be able to come back 45 days later after we had a private show and then sell that out and then sell this out, that just goes to show how much y'all fuck with us. So that's the best part for me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have any cool words, right? That Omar Tate shit, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I tried, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Somebody threw a question at me earlier. It was weird, but I was like, whatever. What do you think is weirder? Taking a picture of text messages or a picture of a receipt of a bill at a restaurant?
Oh, the bill shit is outlandish. The bill shit is outlandish. Especially because usually the people that take the picture of the bill and upload it are not the ones paying the bill.
You think?
I've been there. I've had people upload my bottle tabs and all that. So she's like, yo, you didn't pay for anything. You're supposed to cash at me 2 hours ago. What are we doing? You see the receipt? No, that shit is tacky.
Yeah.
That shit is tacky. It's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. The bill shit is bizarre.
The bill shit is outlandish. Like I saw one recently. It was like $68,000, like a dinner joint, and it was like the dinner was like $1,000, and everything else was like Dom Perignon bottles the size of me and you. And I'm just like, why are y'all uploading this?
I mean, social media.
Yeah, it's like Kev said, people are trying to, culturally mine every single interaction that they have, for clout. And just try to make it seem like I'm doing some shit that y'all niggas not doing. Even if they not niggas, y'all niggas ain't on what I'm on. That's the whole purpose of like Instagram. Y'all niggas ain't on what I'm on. In case you didn't remember, the next day I'm back at another restaurant uploading another receipt. Cause y'all niggas is not what I'm on.
Yeah.
That's the whole tone.
Yeah, your dinner isn't like mine.
It's like you got regular people like from like flyover states and shit like that. There's like no industry there. It's like still got windmills and shit. Why? Like, what are we doing here?
Why what?
Like, it's saying as far as like the interaction and like the spicy caption, like it ain't nothing shaking in Oklahoma City. Why are you talking to me so filthy on Instagram?
I mean, that's what it is now. That's literally the
It's nothing going on in Fargo, North Dakota.
Hey man, the loudest nigga in Fargo, North Dakota. That's just a man, girl.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, you know how I be feeling about that shit at times. So what do you want to see going forward?
I just want to see the following continue to grow organically. I want to go out and touch, more people because, we got a following around the country. Our second biggest market is the DMV as a whole. So we definitely, we got people from the DMV here? You are from Penrose. Y'all were neighbors.
I know your mom and dad, they're down the street.
I've been a resident of the 82nd Street right
So I want to go out, touch the people that, support the show. We had a bunch of people from Maryland, DC come up for the last show, the Patreon show, whatever. So I just want to go out, touch these people, impact these markets and, further our proof of concept and show people that this is like a real thing and it's not just like some shit that we just doing, talking shit on my couch every Monday.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like it is interesting to see how far we've come. Like, and you mentioned it, like where we quit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it was. I walked off, then you walked off, then you came back, then I came back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of how it was.
Because did a show with Pastor Carl and I did a show with Dope Shows and then you came back. He was like, what's going on with this podcast thing? I'm like, oh, the show you quit? Yeah, that joint.
Yeah.
What's up?
I listen to the Jones without me. I'm just like, I can't leave, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They were pretty bad.
Yeah, I can't leave it hanging like that. You know, Black, shout out to one fan that was up here earlier, like Black.
Did y'all fuck with one fan? Did y'all like him?
Yeah, I fucks with Black, man. Like, Black made a very good point. He was like, you know, when you finally decide to go all in with something, that's where you see the change. That's where you see the, you know, things move, like the C-Star part. And that was when we got to where we went all in, we bought our own studio equipment. Yeah. We started putting up our own money, investing, putting out money in the market and all of that shit. That was where we saw it. And it's like, you know, I trip off sometimes, like, even sitting back, like, damn, like, we really created, like, a thing, like, a community.
It's a real business.
You know, so we appreciate all y'all for coming out. Like, that shit is fly, like, to just be able to do this shit over and over again. Do you want to do your live Down Bad with Chad?
I can't wait.
Okay.
Down Bad with Chad live edition. So y'all know, for people that listen, especially Patreon, y'all know I watch these bad movies. Always. Because I've ended the internet. Like, I've ended all the streaming apps. I've watched everything. So I actually came across one recently that was pretty good. Hopefully y'all watch it because y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. The Tinder Swindler. Listen.
Y'all gotta get off Tinder.
So, real quick overview, then we gonna get with the shits. So, gentleman from Israel, Shimon Hayut, changes his name to Simon Lviv, becomes an international man of mystery and terror, terrorizing stupid white women all over fucking Europe. All over Europe, Middle East, etc. He's going ham. And basically, over a span of 5 years, he swindled close to like 100 women out of $10 million.
Is this a true?
This is a real thing.
Oh, wow.
This is a real thing. This is a real thing. So, Simon Lviv now, he has created this persona that he is the son of whatever the dad's name, Lviv, that owns LDD Diamonds. One of the top diamond mining companies based out of Israel. Okay. It's all fake. They got Photoshop photos, all this shit. Now, the one thing that was the extra interesting part about it is this motherfucker had all these fake watches and real clothes, like real designer clothes, fake watches. I said, damn, he must be a Philly nigga. This shit is crazy.
Real shit.
It was astonishing. Like, he got the fake Richard Mille, but the Versace is all authentic. So
you can return that on Monday. Yeah, go ahead.
So, over time, like, you know, they basically chronicled a story of 3 of the main accusers that came forward or whatever. Like, his 2 girlfriends and then one that was just like a homegirl that was complicit in like the bullshit that they was doing. And basically, he would run the same scam on everybody. Like, yo, I got enemies. They after me. They trying to, and I said, damn, I'm like, bitches are still falling for my enemies trick. Like, wait, this is 1997.
What year is all of this happening?
Like 4 years ago.
Oh shit!
This is now.
So this really all happened.
This all happened.
Okay.
So he basically ended up he got a jail sentence in Finland for scamming. Got out. I think he did 2 years. Got out. Then he was on a run in Israel. Had open charges, fled the state, left his home state. He's just flying around. Private jets, clothes, nightclubs, all this cool shit. So he's running these girls this game that's like, yo, my enemies is out to get me. It's not safe. You should hide. Get under the bed. Bitch, they might be watching right now. Put your hard hat on. Like, all this crazy shit to bring them in on a scam. But he's in the club popping bottles every night with their credit cards. So he's like, yeah, shit dangerous, but you need to come see me and bring me 30 grand. I'm just like, yo, these are the dumbest bitches I've ever heard of in my life. Like, it was actually sad. So now, he went to jail. They turned him in, went to jail, got sentenced to 15 months, out in 5, good behavior. Now he's back on the streets, and you know what he's doing?
Scamming.
Selling courses.
Oh, yeah.
So he's completed the Philly nigga trifecta. Real drip, fake watches, scamming bitches, go to jail, come home, sell courses. He's completed the circle of life.
You know what's funny is yesterday I was sitting there and I'm like, you know how people like always be like, especially here, people be like, my inspiration is this person. And they're like, it's wild because you don't hear more women say that their inspiration was Bologna from Good Times. because I was watching Good Times yesterday. And I'm like, yo, Walona sold pussy, lived in the projects, and worked in a boutique. I'm like, damn. This shit is crazy. It's like the complete gauntlet of fucking Philadelphia life. That shit was crazy to me.
I saw Joan the other day on TikTok and made World Star. Chick was like, yeah, this is me. Back to the receipt shit. This is me at my $800 dinner at Del Frisco's with my $1,400 outfit on, going back to my apartment in the projects. I'm just like, this is terrible. Priorities all fucked up.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. So the movie you wouldn't recommend? It was a documentary.
It was a documentary.
Okay.
It was a documentary with some live action components added to it. It was actually pretty good. I just didn't know they made women that dumb no more. Like, my main takeaway was you can't run that shit on black women. They ask too many questions.
That's a lot.
So what's the 30 grand for? If I'm in danger and you in danger, why am I coming to see you with 30 grand? I'm in more danger now. This is stupid.
My man got a Harley out of a chick with no motorcycle license. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna learn.
I'm gonna learn on the spot.
Yeah,
$30,000 bike.
I'm learn on this joint over here. The scamming, that life is. Whew. And where's he doing the courses at?
He's somewhere in Europe or whatever.
Oh, he's not here.
He's selling online courses, $300 a pop, on how to be successful. Even though he was in every major news publication in the world for being a scammer. And people are giving him their money. And you know what? He back riding clean, back flying private jets. His watches might be real this time, so the 5 months was worth it.
I'm gonna have to sit down and watch it. Cause y'all like stupid shit like that.
It was pretty good. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, but that's on Netflix. It was pretty decent.
Yeah. What other topics you got over there? Do you have anything written down?
Yeah, I got some stuff here. Oh, we got a cliffhanger from the last show. The Walnut Street story. What is the Walnut Street story?
All right. Do you want like the Spielberg or the Cliff Notes?
Spielberg.
All right. So his name is Lou, right?
Lou.
I guess because he's from Louisville, Kentucky, but I don't know if
Lou is not his name.
Well, they all call him Lou and shit. So, long story short, well, short story long. I was on my block, chilling on the steps. This was years ago, mind you. It was like 2006.
Okay.
Right? So I'm sitting on the steps. My man called me. He worked downtown. He was like, "Yo, it's Friday night. What you doing?" I was like, "I don't really got nothing going on. Like, I didn't even have a car. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not really doing anything." He was like, "Yo, let's go to a happy hour." I'm like, "No." Like, he was like, "No, seriously, I'm about to get off work. Hop on the trolley, come downtown." I'm like, "I'm not getting on the fucking trolley to come down." I'm like, "No." You know what I'm saying? Long story short, he forced me to get in the trolley. Boom. Get downtown. We go to McCormick and Schmidt. Right?
I hate that place, by the way.
Yeah. But he worked right next to City Hall. He worked in the Winemaker building. So he's like, "Yo, let's go to McCormick and Schmidt." We go there. We go to happy hour. We leave. We go to the Walnut Room.
Oh man, the Walnut Room.
Right.
Rest in peace, Walnut Room.
When we walked into the Walnut Room, Walnut Rooms and shit, he immediately started dancing with this Asian chick. Like this, like getting it in with the Asian chick. And you know, you've been in the Walnut Room.
Yes.
This particular night, it was a Friday night, it was a bunch of like Asian people in there.
Okay.
And I thought it was strange because, you know, that wasn't like, but you know, they knew you. You know what I'm saying? Be all the time.
Sensitivity.
What's that?
Sensitivity.
About what?
Asian Americans.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I mean, it's the truth. You know, they knew year be like all, you know, year of the hamster and all that shit. Be all so they was in their party and he started dancing with her. So he kind of like just drifted off and I was like, well, fuck it. I went to the bar. I'm at the bar. I meet two young ladies. They were both here on business from Dallas.
Okay.
Way too nice to be talking to me. Like, I mean, like gorgeous bitches. But anyway, I'm doing the mad shit, playing around, joking. They cracking the fuck up. Woo, 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 woo. So the chick was like, yo, it's kind of like too much going on in here. Like, I want something that's a little bit like more chill. Da da da. We about to take a walk and like go down the street and try to find something else. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking like, all right, well, I'll holler at y'all. They was like, yo, come with us. And I'm like, this is a setup.
You better line me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I have nothing going on. Like, I have really no prospects in life. So I'm just like, I'm with whatever. You know?
At any point in this interaction, did you think that they were call girls or escorts?
Doesn't matter because I had $355 on it. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can break it up however you like.
I don't give a fuck. So anyway, we come out the Walnut Road. We start walking. We're walking. We cross Broad Street. We get to 10th and Walnut. There's it was a bar on the corner, and now it's like a restaurant. It changes its name every couple of years. It's on 9th and Walnut. It's right on the corner. It's called like Boca Rosa, but it used to be like a little lounge bar.
Bar Rosa. That's
right.
Chestnut.
That's Walnut.
Chestnut.
No, Walnut comes up. I'm positive it's Walnut.
Oh yeah, it's Walnut.
I'm 100%. I was there.
So there's that.
There's that. But there's a parking garage right to the right of it.
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
All right. So we go in there. We at the bar. Now, mind you, I got $300. You know what I'm saying? We done already dug into that at Walnut. You know,
It's about $268.
I'm at 240 something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, y'all want to get another drink? This was the Patron era.
Oh yeah, them shots $18.
$16, $18, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, get one shot of Patron and some juice for both of them, boom, boom, boom. We chilling. So
bartender, 4 shots of Patron. Yo, get him mention Get me Patron, get him Cuervo.
We get the drinks, we go, they had like couches like this.
Yeah.
We sit on the couch, so we chilling, and again, I'm on my mat shit. Laughing, playing around, they're cracking the fuck up. We're just having conversations about life or whatever. I text my homie like, yo, I walk down the street. He don't text me back. I guess his phone. Remember 05, 06, your phone could die and it was like,
it was a wrap.
My phone did, whatever. Yeah, like now people rush to charge their phone. I'm like, his phone must be off, whatever. So we chilling, we sitting there, we talking. Out of nowhere, this guy comes up. And you ever like feel the energy of a conversation just like immediately start to shift? Cause he's like how you have on jewelry, it was ridiculous amounts of jewelry. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And he comes up, yo, you don't mind if I sit down with you, big dog? I'm like, actually,
I absolutely mind.
I do.
I got $186 left in this.
And I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Fucking my chi up.
And no bullshit. Everything out of his mouth is like the most ballerific goings-ons of, like I'm telling him how I'm getting ready to go to Vegas in the summer because I want to play in the World Series of Poker, right? And he's just, no, I'm telling you what's beautiful this time of year, Saint-Tropez. That's what we need to do. And it's just like, what the fuck? And now, you know, these bitches, they was nice, so they listening to, she like, you ever been to Saint-Tropez? I'm like, bitch, I ain't never been to San Antonio. Fuck, can we get rid of this nigga? Like, he was killing me. So
I ain't never been to San Andreas.
I don't know my way to San Jose. So we talking. So I'm like, I can see the drinks get low. I'm like, yo, can we get another round of drinks? He was like, yo, let's just, man, we having fun, we having a good time. Let's just get a bottle of champagne, a bottle of John. Like, I had to like pull him to the side. Like, yo, come here.
Who was paying? What's the split on?
I'm like, look, dog, like, you taking it somewhere else? We was chilling. He like, no, big dog, don't even worry about it. So everything on me. Like, hey, you ain't got to sweat none of that. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Come on. So we come back over.
Good talk.
He like, yeah, can we get a bottle of champagne? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all young, life doing good. Let's get a bottle of champagne and bring us a bottle of that tequila. I'm like, it's some crab cake slides. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So we chilling, we talking now. The two chicks, one of them is super duper. Like, she looked like Aaliyah. Not Aaliyah. Ananda Lewis. They used to be on MTV Shelly, like that long curly hair, that camera. She was gorgeous. The other one was like, she was nice, but her eye was a little lazy. So, you're not that good. So,
sensitivity drink.
I said she was nice. She was nice.
But
like she had on sunglasses and smoke. I see it. You know what I'm saying?
You had an eye patch. You be the baddest. You be the baddest pirate bitch I ever seen.
You had an eye patch.
Shiver me timbers and you had an eye patch.
Oh. So the super bad one, she's super into him now. Like the way he talking,
like, all right, bet I'm taking one for the team.
Remember them shirts that was the shoestrings?
Oh, like the hockey?
Like the hockey, he don't wanted them with a lot of ice and it was ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? So, but to me, to myself, I don't know why I'm just like, I'm a pessimist. Like, I'm like, yo, this jewelry gotta be fake. Like, he has to be lying. Like, there's no way. How the fuck do you go from San Tropez to Sydney, Australia in 2 days? He's lying. That's where I'm at the whole time this shit is going on. So the night dying down, I'm texting my man again, like, yo, where the fuck is he at? Like this shit is like, the night is getting ready. It's damn near 1:30 in the morning. So I'm just like, yo, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just out here. Like, I have, like,
you don't know.
With this nigga, I don't know. These bitches, I don't know, and I don't know where my homie is. So,
And you ain't driving.
and I don't have a car. So, they like, yo, last call, da-da-da-da. They like, yo, we get ready to go back to our hotel room. We parked up like 17. Remember, we walked from the Walnut room. We're on like 9th. So the bull was like, oh, they ain't about nothing, mama. I can take y'all to your car. So the super bad one, she with it. The other one, lazy eye, she was like, yo, like, me, how many your car? I don't know you, da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, yo, we're like, respectfully, like, I got y'all. Like, y'all can both come out and say you don't leave your sister, leave your girlfriend, da-da-da-da. I'll take both of y'all to the wheel. So she like, yeah, because it's kind of chilly. I don't want to walk, da-da-da-da. He like, yeah, so come on. He leads us into the parking garage. Now, I don't know why I'm going. But I have nothing else. I have nothing else to do. So,
Nigga, at least get me back to the motherfucking, to the Market Frankfurt line.
we get me to the parking garage. I just the 37th Penrose. Get me
Shit out.
Yeah, so we walk into the parking garage, I swear to God. We walk in, and I'm walking behind him. It's him, the 2 chicks, and me. And I'm like to myself, I'm like, yo, we damn near out the parking garage. Like, we in the back. Like the back of the parking. And I'm like, you know, the back of the, that's where Drano got shot in the face. On Never Die Alone. I'm like, this is just bad. And I'm like, something stupid is about to happen. So we get to the back. So the chick was like, yo, where your car at? He was like, oh, my shit right there. It was a beat up Pontiac Bonneville. Smoke jump. So I'm like, yes, I knew he was from
Back in the game.
I knew he was from the shit. I knew it. So the one with the lazy eye was like, this your fucking car, all that shit just talking. He was like, hold up, mama, like, calm down. Like, you know, like, car is a car. Like, that don't make the man make the vehicle. You know, he talking all this cool shit. So the super bad one run around the joint and, like, grab at the door handle. I'm like, this bitch, man. I'm like, what the fuck? So she was like, unlock your door. He was like, oh, you cool with this? She was like, I don't give a fuck about no car. Like, you could be in this now, be in something totally different in 6 months. I'm like, she is a real gem. Like, damn. So he was like, I was fucking with y'all. Like, this ain't my car. So I'm like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, that shit over there. Hit the joint, the lights came on. It was a white Lamborghini. I'm like, and what was so embarrassing was I started dick eating, like, immediately.
Damn, bro, this doing nothing.
Streets. It said convict on the front with the arms. So I'm like, yo, he wasn't bullshit. All this shit he was talking. So the one with the lazy eye runs around. She hyped as shit. Like, oh shit, you got the Gallardo. He was like, yo, it's a Ventador. Mama, like, you know,
No disrespect.
yeah, like, come fuck down. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, y'all could get in there. Both these bitches got in the passenger seat.
Oh, you toasting.
Yeah, listen, I'm valet. You know what I'm saying?
All right, big man, again.
Listen. They hop in the passenger seat of the Lambo. He comes over to me on this joint. I'm like, look, dog, I'm gonna take them to their car. I'm gonna tie that up. I'm gonna come back and scoop you, and we gonna slide out. So wait here for me. I'm like, all right. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got shit going on.
Completely.
I'm like, that.
This seems all above board.
He hops in the car, shoots out the fucking lot. Remember Jeezy was like tighter than being in trial with 2 snitches? Like, he had both the bitches in the passenger seat. Shoots out the lot. I'm standing in the back of a parking garage at 1:45 in the morning on 9th and Walnut Street, shadow boxing and shit. Like, I'm waiting for him to pull.
Bro, be back any minute now.
Ain't no knocked out.
I know, bro, ain't leaving out here like this. I got left out here twice in the same night.
I'm waiting on my dog to pull the fuck back up. I stand there for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes is long as shit.
When you by
yourself in a parking garage at 2 in the morning on 9th and Walnut. And I'm just standing there, I'm like, yo, this is fucking stupid. Like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, I don't got no will. I know the trolleys is done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? As I go to take the first step, like, on something like, I'm leaving this motherfucker. remember the CLS 500? Yeah. The Mercedes, they had just came the fuck out. One of them pulls into the parking garage. CLS 500 pulls in. It's making a beeline right at me. And I'm looking like, this ain't the Lambo. Like, damn, but my man switched wheels. Like, because mind you, there's nothing in the parking garage. The parking garage is empty. It's just me. Why the fuck is this Benz coming directly at me? So then I'm just like, all right, I'm either about to get robbed or I don't know. I think the worst. The car pulls the fuck up, window rolls down. It's my man who I came down to meet. Went in the walnut room with. Yeah. He like, dog, what the fuck is you doing? Like, I've been calling. He's like, my phone died. He's like, I'm going up and down the fucking street. Like, yo, where this nigga go? He's like, I just happened to look over. I see you stand there. Are you waiting for drugs? I'm like, no. I'm like, my man with the Lambo about to come back and screw me. Completely dicky. He's poor just like me. So he's like, who the fuck you know with a Lamborghini? I'm like, my man. He's like, who? I'm like, I ain't catch his name. The nigga with the chains. The nigga with the chain. He went to San Tropez. That's my man. He was like, man, when you get the fuck in the car? So I hop in the car. We pull out the joint. We pull up Walnut Street. We going up Walnut. We get to like 19th, 20th and Walnut. Then it hit me. My man who I went to like meet, he doesn't have a car. Like, neither one of us had a car. Yeah. So I'm like, where the fuck did this Benz come from? So I'm like, yo, where the fuck did you get this car? He was like, remember the Asian bitch I was dancing with? That's her shit. And I'm like, where the fuck is she at? He was like, she drunk as shit. I look, she on the floor. Pete, this ain't even the end of the story. So he was like, yo, come on, you want to go get some grub? I'm like, from where? You remember, what's the shit down at the stadium, the diner, Penrose Diner? Remember that shit used to go all fucking night. That was my shot. We go to Penrose Diner, and Penrose Diner used to be packed. Like, I mean, packed. So we pull up in the front, park right in the front, where the slanted parking spaces is. So I'm like, yo, what we gonna do with her? He was like, man, leave, she chilling. You know what I'm saying? She chilling dead in her car. She chilling. We going in the joint. We go in, we sit down, we start ordering food. So we sit in the window. So, you know, you can look out the parking lot. So we sitting there, no bullshit, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I look, I see the back door open up on the Benz. So I'm just like, oh shit, the Asian gentleman getting out the car. So he was like, huh? I'm like, oh, the chick getting out the car. You look, her hair is all over the place. Her titties is out of her dress because, you know, she on and like disoriented. So he like, shit. He jump up, run outside. He like, put her back in the back seat of the car. Now, it feel like everybody in the diner is looking at me like we look like traffickers, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is nuts. 2 niggas with an Asian bitch shoving her in the car, so I'm just like, yo, we the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I just get up, I come outside, I'm like, yo, we out. He was like, yo, where you about to go? I'm like, yo, take me to the crib. He's like, all right, I'm gonna drop you off, and I'll figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with her. I'm like, all right, cool. He take me to the house, drop me off. Now we sitting back out deep, we sitting out front of my crib on the steps the next day, niggas smoking weed, whatever. I'm telling him this story that I'm telling y'all. Nobody believes it. You and him went, stole a Benz, Asian bitch, Lambos. Ain't like niggas is not believing this shit. Jet Li, Jackie Chan, like niggas not believing it. So I'm talking to motherfuckers. I'll never get it. My man Conway, he's sitting on the couch, on the step. My back is to the street. So I'm talking, and he's like looking past me like with like this weird face. And he was like, who the fuck is this with a fucking Lambo coming down the block? I'm like, you got to turn around. The nigga coming down Buick Avenue in the Lambo, throw the door open. He's like, God damn, big dog, you a hard nigga to find. And I'm like, how the fuck did this? Listen, I'm about to tell you, Deep I ain't playing around. So the nigga, he starts fucking with us. He's like, T-Mac, my man, I be at T-Mac crib, you know, I run around down south, I be over here, woo. So he's around now, like, the next couple of days, he would just pull up on the block. In the room with the Lambo. He would pull up in a Benz. He had one of the little, like, the E-Class Benz. He'd pull up in that. I remember he pulled up in, like, a Navigator and shit. We sitting out there, the nigga was like, yo, like, I ain't got no wheel and shit. I'm like, poverty, nigga. He was like, what kind of truck? You need a truck, because you a big nigga. What kind of truck you fuck with? I'm like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you like a Rover nigga. D, you remember that blue Rover? The nigga pulled up like 2 days later and gave me a Range Rover. Like, yeah, no, you ride this junk. I had a Range Rover for like 5 months. Blue junk. That was where I had the blue Rover. The nigga was insane. And he just, I'm talking about just, you realize the wheels were starting to fall off because he was doing erratic ass shit.
Yeah.
I still to this day don't know. But let me tell you,
put a tracker in your pocket.
Let me tell you how this shit ends. So we get in the Range Rover. This is random one day leaving the park. We go to 7-Eleven on Island Elmwood. It's a bunch of young Jones coming down the street, like from the bowling alley. I get out the truck. I'm walking in like to go get backwoods and sodas or whatever. I'm in there, and out of nowhere, all the chicks come running into the 7-Eleven. Like, yo, that nigga crazy. He really pulled a gun out. I'm like, ah, shit. You know what I'm saying? Come out. This is the type of shit he would do. So the last I saw him, he was at my crib. He was like, yo, I'm about to slide. I'm gonna holler at you later. I'm like, all right. He bounced. We leave. We go to the park. Maybe like 4 hours later, he hit me and was like, yo, I had to take off. I'll be back in a couple weeks. Whoop-de-whoop. Handle that in your microwave for me. I'm like, all right, go to the microwave. There's a gun in the microwave. I'm just like, so come to find out, he was like BMF affiliated, like running around with all of these niggas. And maybe about, like I said, I had the truck for like 5 months. About 5 months in, I get a call. It was like his brother was like, yo, somebody about to come get that truck. My homegirl, da-da-da. I'm like, hey, listen, man, you know, fuck I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? It's been fun. I had my fun. Yeah. They came out the truck, and he got like quadruple lights and shit. Like, yeah. He shot up a baby shower. And he was like beefing with a nigga, killed him, the chick, the baby. So yeah, good dude, but nigga gave me a Range Rover, paid everything, nigga was nice as shit. But I bet that nigga
that's the Philly in you coming out like free bro. All he did was shoot 19 people.
Yeah, he was, and we, like I said, we called him Crazy Lou because he would just do crazy erratic shit. But to this day, I don't know his actual name, but I know all the shit happened because I heard from like other people and shit. Huh?
That's made by Bull. Surprise, man. Like people that said they own picture. Like you heard the story.
You know, it's a 2-drink minimum. You can just get 2. They've been rolling the whole show. But
they got the free liquor and the 2-drink minimum.
You can do sex at 2 p.m.
You know.
This is why I didn't want to sell y'all those tickets, right?
What?
These.
Oh, Keisha and Steve?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to sell those. Keisha's not even supposed to be right there. She finessed her way up front like Deep last time.
Give me a furniture plug. Do that.
No.
Yeah, I'll pay for that. Do you have any ridiculous Walnut Street stories?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Even though I don't know if Ricky here, we grew up in a house on Walnut Street, and
this must have been the nigger side of Walnut.
The nigger side of Walnut, yeah. The 5,000.
This wasn't 900 Walnut.
Nah, we grew up on the on that particular block, and me and Ricky went to high school together. Went to Century. He was a year ahead of me, even though he was only 3 months older than me.
Okay.
Dumbass, growing up in the 80s nonsense. They would change the rule every year about school and shit. And his house was the party house.
Are you talking about Ricky?
80s baby. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ricky Morton is a pop. Yeah.
We some wild young teenagers. Yeah, Walnut Street was legendary. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
My man actually got a. Remember the what was the hookers thing back in the day?
Come again?
when people bought hookers. Backpage.
Oh, that wasn't back in the day. That was 3 years ago. Back in the day, I'm like, I missed something. That was 3 years ago.
I remember he met a chick at like 53rd and Walnut, and it wasn't her. Like no, it was a chick. Maury and shit. It wasn't. She was like using it for an ad. And he was like really trying to like contact a Better Business Bureau.
I remember when
that nigga was ridiculous.
I remember we used to promote Mikey's on Mondays, man. We got kicked out of Big Bangs after we had an unceremonious stabbing.
Yeah, I remember that.
At Big Bangs, it was across the street from City Hall, and we moved to Mikey's. And I remember my homies was negotiating with some back page, like a group rate with some back page prostitutes, and met them at the drain off building that was connected to Mikey's. That was negotiating in person. They like, yo, we can't keep negotiating via text. Just pull up this the address, and they was outside having like a business meeting about how much they was going to pay to have an orgy.
Yeah, I only did it one time. I don't like it. Like the whole prostitute thing is bizarre. You know what I'm saying? It's strange. Like I'm a feelings person. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. That shit's
gonna take my money.
That shit is weird. Yeah, I can't fuck with it. Yeah, I was asking stupid questions and shit. Like I didn't like it at all.
By far, the best prostitutes are the Asian ones.
Have you been? Yeah, the bathhouse.
He's my score.
Yeah.
Who was in this audience? I know.
Yeah.
They're the best by far.
Let me ask you this: you were a prominent Philly promoter.
Unfortunately.
Do you think Philly nightlife ever can get back?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, yo, listen, that club I was in Charlotte, that shit was fun.
And the thing is, we got some party promoters in here, but they not really just like party promoters. Like they like event coordinators. Like they actually like have money, spend money, invest into the events and shit. Like my man Nas right here, like they do You, Me, and R&B, like real events that are like about shit. Like anybody that like invests into their stuff, they're always gonna be able to build and have like a nice following of quality people. It's them bar niggas you gotta worry about, man. They're awful.
Every nigga turned the bar into a club and ain't the way the fuck it's supposed to be. Period.
Yeah, no, straight up, like once upon a time, like we grew up, like anybody here that's around my age, like 35 plus, we grew up going downtown was like a thing.
Yeah.
Like
Walnut Street.
Yeah, Walnut Street. Like we went to the local bars during the week, or we went there to pregame, whatever, but we went downtown.
One of my homies recently was like, I'm about to meet this chick at Rosie's, and I was like, are you on heroin?
Are you slinging crystal meth?
No, it's a cigarette machine in there. Like you playing pinball. Get the fuck out of there. Dog.
So yeah, like going downtown was a thing. You went to Old City, you went to motherfucking Patu, you went to Delaware Ave when Delaware Ave was popping and shit like that. Like you didn't just hang out in a bar on like a Saturday night. And now you got people, male and female, putting on their best outfit, 4,000, Fendi head to toe, and go sit in a bar.
Yeah. I went to the Happy Inn. Let me tell you, I was not happy.
It's not a happy experience.
It was so many orange feet in that motherfucker. Dog, it was crazy.
You say orange feet?
It was all that and dark and shit. It was, and you know they have like the chairs that are connected to the wall.
Yeah.
Like Roy Rogers used to be. I went in there one time. I was like, I can never do this again. The hood, but you know, I like the hood bar shit is just the hookah smoke and all of that shit.
And the thing is, it's like it ain't even like you getting like a financial break by going. The hood bar want the same money as the downtown spot. Like after 9 o'clock, they got signs up. They don't put them where you can see them. After 9, we only sell doubles. Like shit like that. You drink Hennessy $24. Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm at 56 in land. I will die when I walk outside. Why am I paying $24 for Hennessy? It's that sort of shit.
So you don't ever see it being back to like the prominent. Because of you.
The problem with Philly nightlife is this.
DJ Boo.
The problem with Philly nightlife is not DJ Boo.
I like DJ Boo.
The problem with Philly nightlife is that we do not have a diverse enough array of people. Like, there's not enough white collar people like our elected officials that's in the building, there's not enough of them that want to patronize the nightlife to make it balanced. You got the blue collar workers, city workers, airport, shit like that. Shout out to all of them. And then you got the trappers. And that's it. It's no in between. It's not no like business class of people that exist here like in DC or Atlanta or shit like that where you get a mixed bag of people. So typically when you go out, you're gonna get shot. Like that's when half the niggas here got beef with each other, like you're gonna get shot. shot. Like,
Typically, you're gonna get shot.
because they not gonna shoot the nigga they got beef with. They just gonna spray the crowd and then.
I saw the other day a landlord got shot over a rent dispute.
Fuck that, man.
Oh, it's the first.
You know what the city doing? You know what the city doing? Getting lawyers for the people that got rent disputes.
Dog, that shit.
Lawyer Kev is not taking the measly cases.
Do you feel like the niggas wearing sneakers with suits have anything to do with it?
No, I can't blame them.
Okay.
I can't really blame them. Because that's like mainstream now. That's like a thing.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's the thing. Fucking Dan Orlovsky is on ESPN every morning wearing suits with sneakers.
Yeah, it's like a shtick.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp be doing it sometimes. Dior ones with the suit and shit. I'm gonna fucking slam one of these niggas.
Security!
It's you!
Oh, it's the sponsor. The fucking sponsor is cutting up.
Yo. But what do you see for this year with us, with our shit that we got planned? You want to tell them about the whole tour shit?
Yes, we got a tour coming up. Spring tour. Hopefully sponsored by Crown Royal, poignant time. Spring tour is going to be Atlanta, New York, DC, Charlotte, and we're ending in Wilmington. Philly is not on the tour because we're doing something separate for Philly in July or August at the TLA. Like a big show, big guests, like a whole production at the TLA. So that's the plan. And then hopefully, if that goes right and we don't lose our shirts on the first tour, we're gonna do a West Coast tour after that, in like back to school time.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
That's the plan.
But all in all, you know, I'm happy. Like I said, we can come up here, we can act stupid, we can talk shit, we can tell jokes, we can.
That Walnut Street story is phenomenal.
I mean, to me, it's not really like a.
Because you lived it. But to us, it's a story.
And it's loose ends.
It's a lot of loose ends.
Don't punch this nigga in the face.
It's actually no loose ends because the nigga is serving quadruple life. There are no loose ends.
There's no loose ends, you know what I'm saying? Free the real.
Yeah, they came and got the rover. They got the rover. They can shower, baby shower, quadruple life. That's a bow on the story. That's a wrap.
The funny story in that, when I had the rover, we pulled up at the gas station on Spring Garden. Bernard Hopkins pulled up in a... Bernard Hopkins pulled up. You know, like, stop. Bernard Hopkins pulled up in a Rover, and he had a silver joint. I had the blue one or whatever. And he was like, yo, this joint nice, big dog. What year is this joint? I'm like, I don't know. Let me look in the glove. You know what I'm saying?
And he said you can read it off the door. Let me open the door.
And he was like, oh, this is a brand new joint right here. I'm like, you're the middleweight champion of the world. Yes, I see. You know what I'm saying? And my homie was with me, and he was like, yo, it'd be fly to get like an autograph from my son from Bernard Hopkins. So when Bernard came back from the teller or whatever, he was like, yo, champ, you think I can get an autograph from my son? So he pulled out like $100 bill, like, yo, sign this for me, champ. He was like, yo, I got pictures in the back of the car. You know what I'm saying? I had Jones in the back of the car. Grab one out the back of my truck. Just open my back door. He was like, yo, I don't really want to be like
in your shit
truck. You know what I'm saying?
Relapse.
So he was like, I looked out. So Bernard Hopkins come around. He's like, what's your son's name? He's telling his name and shit. He's like, all right, cool. He's signing the joint in the car. He's like, here you go, dog. Appreciate you. He's like, yo, much love. So I'm pumping the gas or whatever. So he come back around the car. He was like, yo, what the fuck is up with this nigga, man? So I'm like, what you mean? You know when a boxer has like photos of themselves, they're normally wearing like all their belts and they're like this. Yeah. It was Bernard with a fur, with no shirt and a do-rag.
Oh, he had the Teddy Pendergrass.
He was like, what the fuck did you give me this? So much goofy shit happened to that fucking truck, man. That's funny as shit. But no, that's real though. Like the fact that we can come up here, be silly, tell our shit, talk, pop, everything, do all that shit. And then like I said, we do the Patreon, we do the live show, our YouTube is blowing up. It's been pretty decent. And like to see the reaction from people, like I told you, I'm out, I'm at the game, I'm at the, White Castle, wherever the fuck I'm at. It's somebody like, yo, cuz.
Bob's big boy.
All that shit. Like it's like literally the dude at the stand at the Kanye concert in LA, he was like, yo, you TRPE, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, y'all be watching your shit on YouTube. Y'all funny as fuck. I'm like, word. He was like, yeah, man, what you want from that? I'm like, so it just be crazy to me to like go through that. Walk through the airport, nigga walk up on me. Yo, I got the same hoodie. My man got that shit. I seen it. I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like, oh, it's a podcast. He's like, I grabbed one of them Jones. I was like, right on. You know what I'm saying? It'd be dope to see. So definitely appreciate all of y'all fucking with us the way y'all have, the way y'all. Because I just realized that Chelsea and Morgan.
I ain't want to blow him up this time. I peeked backstage.
Morgan's one of my favorite guests. I like Morgan. You know what I'm saying? But you got anything else you want to throw?
No, not really, man. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. Shout out to Southern Wine and Spirits, Crown Royal for coming together.
Text me like, I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, no, niggas gotta go.
It's Monday.
Shout out to Tat from Rejuvenated Love. He did our hats for the John, our prototypes or whatever. We have merch for sale outside. Make sure y'all pick up some merch. We got hoodies, hats. The black ones is pretty much done, but we got every other color.
All right, real quick. Caution, do you got my music ready?
You want to drop a mixtape?
No, I'm not the DJ. I was DJing before you came here. Did you not? No, I was DJing.
I heard.
Yeah.
From you.
No, he's teaching me how to DJ.
Man, drop it, man.
I can't. I'm here, so I have to get over there. But I'm gonna do that as we leave.
Hashtag DJing with TRPE.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hashtag get Stone Cold intro.
Hashtag Southwest May.
Hashtag y'all gotta shut up. Y'all been tweaking tonight. But
What is in these drinks?
they were doing ecstasy or something. Because they kept running back and forth to the bathroom. You know what that's. You know what I'm saying? There's no Pepsi in the bathroom. Say it again. Oh, power. Everybody's into this shit now.
Yes.
Yo, true story. I watched like 2 episodes in the
Here's the problem with Power. And Matt's the Power review guy, even though he retired. But here's the problem with Power.
Once my shit started ending up on YouTube pages that I didn't authorize, I was like, I'm
Matt had a whole YouTube channel that was him,
Yeah,
but he
shit
had no
was
idea.
crazy,
It was fully monetized. I walked in my barbershop one day, a nigga that don't know neither one of us was like, yeah, no, cause the bull, you know, he funny, so he talking about power and all that shit. Just like, what? This shit was a little bit. So the problem with Power is this. The first Power, going into this one. The problem with the first Power was that it was a good show for 2.5 seasons.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. It was black excellence. And then over time, the show became about how every character on the show was trying to fuck each other over.
Right.
The problem with Power Ghosts now is that they repeated the same shit. Every week, Monet Tejada is trying to fuck everybody over on the show, including her kids.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna try to do a review without really watching it much.
I mean, you can figure it out.
Monet J. Blige.
Monet J. Blige.
Okay.
Mary J. Tejada.
Right. She has a Puerto Rican or Dominican husband
Yes.
with African children. That right there doesn't make any fucking sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like Bobby Brown is black as shit. So his dad can't be Tejada. Right?
Correct.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
That right there is enough to stop watching the show.
And nobody speaks Spanish.
No Spanish. Not even Tejada speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Now, from what I've seen with all of this shit online, is she has another Tejada?
She basically has it's like a doppelganger. It's like they look alike but not really.
A fat Tejada.
No, like taller, more muscular, but bald head, same profile.
I felt like I seen a picture like it was a big nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tall, athletic, bald head, beard, same as the little Tejada. But
Now, what I did
it's like a
see-
supersized Tejada.
I saw that Zeke thought he was 19 and he's 20.
He was 23. All right, let's talk about this.
You see what I'm saying?
We have to discuss this, yo. Community forum. You can get away with 1 or 2 years. When I was growing up, one of my homies, his dad had 9 birth certificates for him, and he also had, this one had nothing to do with nothing, he also had the money order machine in his house. That's a whole nother story. Nigga was making his own money orders. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncle, he about to come home any day now. What's up? Free to real. He about to come home. What's up? You can get away with 1 year up or down. At no point in life can you get away with 4 years. And basically what you telling me is, your 6th birthday was every year till you was 11.
Like you didn't feel odd in 2nd grade?
We 6 again all over again.
Yeah.
6, like when you
say you 4.
that don't make no sense.
Right.
These are the most formative years of a child's life, anywhere between 0 to 13.
Right.
You can't just say it's a 4-year gap, and everybody like makes sense. How? It's impossible.
Yeah, the writing on the show, like with the last Power, it just got to where it was like they were just throwing darts at the wall.
Yes.
And that was my biggest issue with it, and that's where the whole reviews came from. Like, I was like, yo, this shit is junk. Like, the writing on this doesn't make any fucking sense. And that was where it got me just talking about the writing points. But once it got to where, like, niggas from New York wanted to fight me and all that shit, I was just like, this is too much, you know what I'm saying? So I can't deal with that stupid ass shit. But from what I've heard, the show this year has had some real good, like, moments.
And the styling on the show is magnificent.
I thought the styling on the first jump was excellent.
This one is even better. It's magnificent. I don't know if they get to keep these pieces or not, but they are killing that shit every week. Everybody got the drink.
I saw the white boy had a nice Palm Angels jump on the shit. Yeah, like
last night or tonight, whatever, I don't know. I don't know where we are in the Powerverse, but last night, tonight, Bobby Brown had on a nice Balmain vest, like a nice jump with the print and all that shit. Smooth.
I went to buy, you know, I've been buying shit. I went to buy the gallery department shit.
Yes.
The t-shirts are $375. Did you know this?
Yes. I buy this dumb shit. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, no. I can't do it.
I'm an idiot. Like,
not for a t-shirt.
That's my #1 vice, is fucking expensive clothes. And I be mad at myself every time I do it, because then I wear this shit and then be like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Take cool pics though, but I'm an idiot.
I like coats because they can stay around. But t-shirts to me is just...
yeah, because of all the fucking coats I bought the last 4 years, I didn't have to buy a coat this year. A friend of mine used to always say, who are these girls and why do they need new coats every winter? like, why is it that you don't have no good coats that last from winter to winter? It's only 3 months.
Children grow.
Yeah, but what about when you're 26?
Oh yeah, well, these bitches be wrong. I don't know, like, I feel like you don't need to buy a coat every year, probably.
You would think.
And on some being warm shit. But, you know, people be wanting to be fashionable and all of that type of shit. So, you know, it's all relative.
Because, you know, that was the running joke every year. It's like, oh, we gotta wait for Meek to get y'all winter coats. Then this year gave away coats and computers and niggas robbed the children.
Well, that was the other one.
You said that was the other one?
That was when Saul was doing it.
Oh. So they didn't rob people at Meek John?
No, they was just mad at Meek.
Oh, they were just mad?
Yeah.
Got it.
Saul John, they was snatching kids' shit going home and shit.
Yeah, these niggas are despicable.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. I had a rough nigga on the bus the other night. You know what I'm saying? Rough go about it. You know what I'm saying? With the power shit. Is Tariq still in school and shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Tariq in school, clapping niggas, got an ankle monitor on, going to class.
There's an ankle monitor?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Going to trial for murder during the morning, going to class in the afternoon, killing teachers. He just on there doing everything. Like if I'm like the dean of a school and I even think you had something to do with a teacher dying, you can't go here no more.
Man.
You definitely don't get to come to class the next day and act dumb like, what happened? Tariq never know what's going on. What happened? What's going on? What happened? You killed 9 people. Me? No, me? I killed 9? Me?
That's funny as shit.
Tariq St. Patrick? No. Absolutely not.
They got a new power.
Yeah.
Power 3.
Power 4.
Really?
Tommy.
So what's the third one?
Kanan. Raising Kanan.
Oh shit.
That's book 3, yeah. There's 94 of these motherfuckers. 50 Cent has transformed into Dick Wolf. This is like long. It just won't stop.
SVU, criminal intent.
And the dopest part about 50 is 50 get on the internet and curse stars out every week. Y'all some bitch ass niggas, when I see you, I'm gonna smack the shit out you. Who the fuck put this episode up? You a pussy. I hate all of y'all. New stars, new power at midnight. And they be like, alright, cool. They post this shit.
Yeah, that's
LeBron like came to work and cursed out was Pelinka every week, and he's like, all right, cool, see you out there on the court. It's like that sort of thing. Like,
I want to end with that. We gotta do sports real quick. I know y'all hate sports, but how much?
Yes.
How much of a pack are the Lakers?
Oh, they done.
Yeah.
They done.
How do you feel about the Ben Simmons shit?
Fuck Ben Simmons.
You ever really hate Ben Simmons here?
They was shooting his car up.
Now, Ben Simmons walked in here right now. It wouldn't be that. Ben Simmons had a Lambo out, dick eating me. Ben pull up with that Lambo right now, nigga, fuck you with.
What's that? Sixers blue? That Sixers blue thing?
That's the Alpine White, you know that? No, Ben Simmons is a...
The problem with Ben is he took until he gets traded, it looks like he took a gamble on himself and lost. I looked at it.
Did he lose though?
We don't know yet. It's to be determined. But here's the thing: Shams and Woj both said, whenever he gets traded, he can petition whoever that team is to get all his money back. Like, that could be part of the terms. Yeah, I'll come, but I need all my bread back from August. And then it's a wrap. Yeah, it's their problem. You know what I'm saying? But
like, I look at it like this: like if I don't,
he may end up winning out.
If I don't go to work for 3 weeks, I might have to get like a payday loan. Ben Simmons doesn't have to do that. Like
Ben Simmons doing everything but playing basketball. He getting engaged. He had the World Cup. He
at the end of the day,
Wimbledon.
that's not funny. Ben Simmons has 140 million guaranteed, and he fucks Kardashians. It's like y'all need to practice. I have my game down, white flag. So it's like I get it, like the animosity towards him and shit. But it's like you said, he's taking a gamble on himself, and he's just like, yo, I'm riding this shit out. Y'all called me soft, my coach dissed me, my star player dissed me. I'm cool on
That's where I was at. On a micro level, it's a workplace. It's a toxic workplace environment. If they wanted to play that card, for whatever reason, they've chosen to just be like, we just not showing up. Mental health. Peace, like,
right.
But you can't do that. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, mental health," and never go talk to the psychologist.
Actually, you can. Like again, nowadays you can pull certain cards, and it's like, oh shit, we don't want to mess with that. Like back in the day, in 8th grade, I remember getting in trouble, and my teacher was like, "Oh, you want to be showing off? Y'all, me and my man Larnell was like, yo, y'all want to be showing off, acting a fool? Y'all want to go down the basement and help them down there with the mentally challenged kids." That was a punishment. He had to go work with the retarded kids. That was a real punishment. That's how crazy the 90s was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit is wild, but that's just how the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So, but I fucks with Ben. I like Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? I think he's a great defender. He has 2 Lambos.
Shit has nothing to do with basketball.
He's a white little boo. But no, it's not. I think he's a great defender and a great player. I just think that the Sixers put him in a spot where he couldn't shine. They put him in a spot wanting something that he couldn't provide. Who is this now?
He didn't have a jump shot when they picked this dumbass.
But my thing is, what if we need you strictly for defense? But see, the Sixers put him in a spot where they needed him to score 23 points a game. That ain't his game. I mean, that's not what I do. Like, I do the 49. I don't do the 60. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do that. So it's like you hire somebody for something that you want them to do. You have to make sure that they're willing to do that.
Yeah, Ben like, listen, I got 15, 8 and 8 for you niggas.
I got 12 and 8. What you want? That's real.
And stellar defense. Figure it out.
At the end of the day, like we were saying, wrapping up, like it's dope being where we are and being like media now. Like people are hitting me up like, yo, you gotta do this, and I got invited to come do the you know they're doing buns in basketball next week.
You gotta be a host.
I got invited to come and like do corresponding work. I meant to tell you about that. The bitches with big butts playing basketball. It's self-explanatory.
Typically on World Star.
Mabel's brown sugar oatmeal. But it's bitches with big butts playing basketball. So
we need you with color commentary.
Yeah, they're doing it on 19th and Tioga, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Bring your gap.
Yeah. Bring your Thule, yeah. I don't know, like I said, it is dope being media, especially since I don't fuck with media. Like, you know what I'm saying? As I've gotten older, you know, I like hate media and shit. Ever since that shit with the news, like I don't really fuck with it. Ever tell you that shit?
What?
When I was on the news.
Yes, you did.
Oh my God. Did I ever tell y'all that shit? No. Oh, alright, last story before we get the fuck out of here. They had me on the news. It was the flower show. So, what the fuck? I don't think you can't like flowers? Like, but no, I didn't like flowers. This was 12th grade. I went to Saul. A lot of people, I don't know if y'all from agricultural school. Philly was Saul. I went to Saul. Is that Sash?
I'm over here.
There you go. The one Saul motherfucker still alive. You know everybody's dead from crystal meth. Because it's all like white people and shit. No, really, I love every time I get like because we got like a group on Facebook, every time it's a new post in the group,
somebody's dead.
Yeah, I like guess, and I go and I'm like, oh shit, so she died, I was wrong. But
y'all taking prop bets on who gonna die next?
But it's always somebody. But anyway, I went to Saul. So we got into some shit. My what they call it when the disciplinarian, Miss Harris, she knew my mom. They were going to end date, 1 day suspension, in-house joint. Long story short, she was like, no, you, Juan, and Rush, y'all gonna go help Miss Brown and them down at the flower show on Saturday, because we had an exhibit at the flower show. Yeah. So I was like, all right, whatever, I didn't really want to do it, but I'm like, whatever, well, you know, get up, go the fuck down there, boom, 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 go down. Long story short, we get down there, we're the only high school in the city that has an exhibit at the flower show, because it's all like, you know, horticultural, this thing, whatever. So we doing the shit. The news shows up, Channel 6, right? To this day, I don't fuck with Channel 6 because of the way they do this shit.
Did you dare?
No, I'm not even joking. I don't fuck with Vernon Odom, Gary Popper, none of them. Like, I hate the action news Channel 6. The motherfucker comes and he's talking to us. I'm talking about camera, like lights as bright as this in our face, interviewing us. The nigga talked to me for 35 minutes. I'm talking about my plans after school, my favorite teams, my favorite food, where to get the best cheesesteak in Philly, just all this nonsense. When they put that shit on the news, they made me look fucking crazy. Listen. I tell my mom and my dad, you know, yo, I got interviewed by Channel 6 today. So you know, with black moms in the late 90s, early 2000s, you on the news, that shit is like, there was no World Star, there was no TikTok, you on the news, it's like, I gotta tell everybody. My mom, they taped it. So I got the tape if you ever want to watch it. This shit is awful.
We should have showed the tape.
Oh my God, listen, my dad to this day, he'll put that shit in just the correct. My sister's in here, they'll tell you this shit. The motherfucking, they interview me, whatever. So the shit get done. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of hype about it. Like, damn, I'm being on the news tonight. That's kind of lit, whatever. The shit comes on. They're at our high school, like at the school, showing like our, what's it called, the big plastic building? Where the plants be?
The greenhouse.
Oh, the greenhouse. They're in the greenhouse.
Terrarium.
I didn't do that stuff. They're in the greenhouse and they're showing that, whatever. And then they're like, W.B. Saul is the only school in this Philadelphia area that has an actual exhibit put together by the children. So then they show like Jasmine, they show Samantha, they show all of them like working pot and shit. And then it was like, the trees, because we had like big trees that went in the thing. It was like, the trees arrived late, but fear not, because Big Mac Kane is on the scene.
A villain origin story.
They had me walking into the convention center in slow motion. Just walking in. I'm like, where the fuck did they film? Like, I'm walking in slow. I was like the Big Show. So the mother was like, fear not. The trees arrived arrived late, but fear not, Big Matt Kane is on the scene. And then Miss Brown, who was the landscape design teacher, she's like, oh yes, the trees, that's definitely a job for Big Matt. And then they show me like carrying the tree. And then the motherfucker who's doing the commentary was like, we spoke to Matt Kane and asked him, are the trees too heavy to handle? And then it's me like, oh no, it's no problem at all.
Oh no, boss. I was a carry the trees, boss. This is a great opportunity.
I don't even remember saying that. That's what they
They Joe Rogan you.
My pop was like, boy, you was like a fucking slave. Whatever. You wanna know what the worst part of this shit was? I had braids, because I had hair. So whenever I would get my hair braided, I would get like 4 straight backs, or like the fish bones, or the zigzag.
Yeah.
This particular couple of months, you remember when niggas was getting like braids to like here, and then individuals in the back? Oh, I look like fucking Sonic. What the fuck? I swear to God, I will show you. My sister's talking about bullshit. I'll show you the videotape of that shit. It was awful when I was on the news. And ever since then, I'm just like, yo, I don't fuck with no news.
See a news crew, you just go the other way.
Because they'll really make you look crazy. That's really what they do. They go find the simplest motherfucker, the craziest looking individual, and put them on the news. That shit is real. Somebody out in Jersey recently, it was like a hit and run, and she died or whatever. And they went and got the kid's father, her daughter's father or whatever, and put him. He had 1 tooth. And I'm like, why they didn't go get anybody?
It's a tragedy.
It's just tragedy. It's just bullshit. It was
Validate.
real shit. But I got nothing else. We told enough stupid stories. We going over enough topics.
Without a doubt, man. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. We love y'all.
I want to get pictures with people. Like, don't leave. We want to, because that's one thing we was talking about the other day. We don't have no pictures from certain eras. I fucks with Kev for that. Like, you got to get pictures of shit because, you know, you look up like 2004, 5, 6, 7. I have no pictures of none of that.
Yeah.
And I hate that shit. Like, we grew up in an era that didn't have cameras on phones. Like, you had to bring a camera. And if you bring a camera, he was a weird boy. You know what I'm saying? He was a freak boy with the camera. He was a freak boy. It's dangling from your wrist.
So hold on, y'all.
Hold up, y'all.
Nobody wanted to be the nigga with the camera.
Nobody wanted to be the camera boy. No one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But no, we appreciate y'all coming out.
I apologize, man.
No, you good, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? But okay.
That's the liquor. No, listen, nephew.
Like I love you, boy. Like I love you, boy.
Nephew. No, it's not the dude say, Nev. I respect you.
Yeah.
I would never disrespect you, Nev. You letting them come in between us. It's just me and you here, but you letting them come in between us, Nev. Don't let them do that. It's not the do say. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the do say.
I bet niggas do that shit on the bus. Nigga, the other night.
Ever be in the club and have a nigga in your ear tell you how much they love you?
The nigga
and
come
they
up,
kill everybody here.
The nigga come up, he drunk as shit. His pants are around his ankles. We he drunk as shit.
This show's never gonna end.
And I was like, he was like, yo. He was like, yo, what, you about to leave? And I'm like, yeah, but not with you. I'm about to leave you. You're not getting on this bus. He was like, no, I need this.
Like this is last score. I need this shit. I need this shit, Cuddy.
He was like, no, I need this. Like, you gotta let me on this joint. And I'm like, fam, you gotta pull your fucking pants up. You're not cold. Like, it's freezing.
Oh, damn, I ain't even know how
He
to drive.
like, oh, shit, damn, good looking, boy, damn. You got me? And I was like, yeah, go over there. He went to the stop and I hooked that fucking cord so fast. I'm out of here. I don't even pick headaches up no more. You know what I'm saying?
And that'll be the nigga that'll write a whole ass letter. He's sober up, write a letter. Operator Kane, number 44, left me at the
from the last show, they actually postponed. Remember, I was like, I gotta do the
sensitivity training?
Because of COVID, they postponed it or whatever.
You're never gonna do that.
And since then, I actually got some more shit.
You gonna have a file. This is motherfucking big.
Asian boy at my depot. He he's a contractor. He come out and he fuck with us. Like we joke around all the time. He always be in and out the depot, whatever, because he be doing work around the depot. He went in the bathroom and blew the bathroom up. Like destroyed the junk. So we all make jokes about shit like that. When you blow the bathroom, he came out and was like, woo. And I was like, yeah, you gotta stop eating cats. And I was like, that's funny.
Add that to the file. He's like, this ain't your best bit, it ain't your worst bit. We just gonna add it to the file.
You wouldn't say that to anybody. I think. Alright, well, we done. Seriously, we done. Caution, put some music on.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all stop at the merch table, get some merch if you haven't. And stick around so we can take some photos and all of that. And
Yeah, we'll see y'all in the lobby. Caution, that any music?
Actual music. And go.